Greetings, beautiful earthlings. My name is Star. If you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but I am super grateful to have you. And if you are returning, y'all the real MVP, you already know. So my friends, this is going to be a reading for my water signs, that is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So this is going to be a big general reading for what Spirit wants you to know going into 2021. This could also be the energy that you are carrying with you into 2021 and what Spirit would like you to focus on, okay? So because this is a big general reading, there are going to be bits and pieces in here for you and bits and pieces for the next person. So please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Feel free to watch any of the other videos that I have done on these messages as well for your sun, moon, rising. And keep in mind that this is a general reading. This is not love focused or career focused. This is just what Spirit wants you to focus on going into 2021, okay? So I have already pre-meditated, pre-prayed, and pre-shuffled your tarot just for quickness sake. So let's go ahead and get started here, my friends. And we are, I want to tell you, at the bottom of your deck first, we've got the Six of Swords. So this is talking about leaving something behind. So I do get the sense from your reading here that you are currently clearing out of energies, okay? And I will show you why here in a second. So leading your reading, you have the King of Cups. I do not expect anything less from a water sign reading. So this is definitely you being in your power, and as the king, you are tippy top of the world right now. You're doing your very best in listening to your intuition and listening to yourself and really being in touch with your emotions, being in touch with your powers, with everything that you are and everything that you have, my water signs. Beautiful, beautiful. So next you have the Ace of Swords here, and with your King of Cups and the Ace of Swords, I do see this as you cutting ties. So this is cutting communication specifically. That is what they told me with this card, cutting communication for you specifically. And along with your Six of Swords and your Ace of Swords, that is also why I do get the sense that this is cutting ties, because you are clearing out of energies. You could very well be going into hermit mode, as I know this is a water sign reading. We do have Cancer in here. So you guys can be definitely retreating here for your own sake, your own sanity. I know I am a Cancer, moon, and rising, so I definitely understand. I am in the same boat right now. Same boat. And I am cutting all of the excess, right? Cutting the fat and just focusing on myself. So I definitely understand where you guys are right now with that. And next, at the middle of your reading, friends, you have the Death card, which is super exciting. I am so excited about this. I don't know if this is a crow or a raven. I am hearing crow specifically. So you may also, with the moon there in the top corner of this card and your crow, I think that you could very well be getting a lot of animal spirits, animal signs coming to you from dreams and in real life. You may very well be having lots of crows around you, because I know I sure do, but I'm trying to stay out of this reading. So with your Ace of Swords and the Death card, I feel like what you are doing with cutting ties and cutting communication with people is going to be in your best interest. It is for your highest good. You know that with the moon there in the card. You know that you're listening to your intuition and you are just focusing on yourself. If we look at these cards next to each other too, the moon is shining into this card, right? Even though, yes, this is the sun, it looks like the moon is shining on that. So it seems like you are being guided intuitively toward doing all of this cutting of communication, because the sword is pointed down into the rock. You are just completely closing off communication. Like I said, hermit mode, going into your shell, not wanting anything to do with anybody, and that's completely okay. So with that Death card in the middle of your reading, I do see that it is just kind of going to be the energy for the year of rebirth for you, which is awesome. That's also Scorpio energy, so it's right in its place, right? And then your Nine of Wands is next. So I do see that you are in the last stretch here of whatever this is. So whatever rebirth you are going toward, whatever awakening you are trying to bring about, trying to manifest, seems you might be reinventing yourself, I'm hearing. They're saying you're in the last stretch of shedding all of these old energies, and you're really doing great with whatever it is you are doing. Shedding these energies wise. So they're saying to utilize the fire here with these wands, that you do have a little fire under your butt for this rebirth. And they're saying go into that, right? Lean into that really hard, use that fire. And definitely, if you have a fire placement, that makes a lot of sense too. You could be like a Leo, Cancer cusp, that would make a lot of sense. But they're saying use the fire. I'm hearing that kind of repeatedly, use the fire, use the fire, use the fire. So it could also be that you are working on your scrying, like your intuitive gifts, because you are water signs. You guys are very intuitive, you're very psychic. So if you are not already in touch with your intuitive gifts, I am hearing that you may be dabbling this year with getting in touch with your intuitive gifts. So maybe you should check out fire scrying, because they are saying use the fire. I do use a candle here when I do my readings, so it does help me a lot. And because you are a water sign, you could very well be drawn to fire, just because opposites attract, right? So last, at the end of your reading, you have the Emperor, which is an Aries card, which is also more fire. So I don't know if you know an Aries, if you are partnered with an Aries, if you are going to be partnering with an Aries, but you could also utilize the fire from an Aries sign, maybe even in the time of the Aries, like when the moon goes into Aries or whatever. They're saying that could be a really beneficial time for you. I'm also hearing here with this Emperor, leadership. So you could be wanting to start something, wanting to start your own business, just being a little bit afraid of where that could go. And Spirit is saying lean more into your psychic side, lean more into your psychic abilities. Don't worry about the third dimension right now, because the entire world is at a standstill. So I did get this message recently in a meditation as well, that if you were supported, what would you do? So just go into something with your whole heart. Don't be too very worried about what could go wrong, because you will attract that to you. So learn the language of the universe and work with that. So talk to it like you already have it. Thank your deities, the universe, and your angels, excuse me, for already having that abundance, right? Thank you, angels, for the overabundance of wealth that I have. Thank you, angels, for the overabundance of clients or customers that I have. Thank you, angels, for the overabundance of YouTube views, things like that. So whatever you are trying to manifest, you have to learn the language of the universe. You have to learn how to use that law of attraction the correct way. I do get the sense here that a lot of people in this collective are just barely starting to realize they are highly psychic and are just starting to move into that psychic field, if that makes sense. So you may be doing things like I'm doing with tarot reading or scrying or what have you. So they're saying just lean into that and do as much research as you can, and really hone your skills in that intuitive field. Okay, so let's see what we can get here from the oracle for you. And with the Six of Swords card, they're also saying water, because it is the boat in the water, right? So although I did say use the fire, they're also indicating you may need some water therapy. That's very specific. So if you guys are near the ocean, if you get a nice hot day, maybe go to the beach if you can, if there are not restrictions in place about going to the beach. If you have access to like a swimming pool or a jacuzzi, even if you have a bathtub and you want to do some Epsom salt baths, or you want to do some spiritual baths, you can do a salt rinse in the shower. You can put herbs in your baths, right? Use your bath, use your little foot bath, whatever you can do to utilize water in your magic, because as a water sign, you already have water on your side. So it's going to help you out a whole lot to learn how to use water in your magic, but also learn how to use fire on the opposite side of the spectrum, okay? So definitely look into any books that you are being drawn to, look into any groups that you are being drawn to, look into any videos that you are being drawn to. They're telling me that if you get things in your YouTube recommended, it's for a reason. It's for you to feel guided toward that. So it seems like you might have been getting videos in your YouTube recommended that are like way out of the realm of something you would watch. I'm not talking about like trash TV or something like Mr. Beast or something. I'm talking about like really like intuitive things, witchcraft, Wicca, occult related things like that. It seems like you may be getting a couple of those trickling in because of something that you searched for, and that is Spirit giving you a little nudge to go into that and to look into what it is you're curious about. Okay, that's not going to be for everybody, because I do know that a lot of you water signs will already be highly intuitive, will already be experienced in these things. That is just for the beginners that are watching, but I do feel like a big general population of the people that will be watching this in this collective are beginners. So that is why I felt so called to talk about that very specifically. They're also pointing out the Morrigan here because of this death card with the lady on the crow. This is my Celtic Tarot. That could very well be the Morrigan, I don't know. But they're saying that somebody has been drawn to the Morrigan lately. You could be drawn to Norse mythology as well. Norse gods, Norse goddesses, things like that, rune work, stuff like that. That is the first time I've heard that message with this deck, so definitely look into that. And I don't think you're getting anything here from this oracle. Okay, so share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution and expression. I did get this for another reading as well, so I want to say that was air signs. I don't know if you have air placements, but this is talking about I love this. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So if you are feeling the calling to do something like YouTube or live tarot readings or putting yourself out there in some way, Spirit is saying go for that. You are being called to that for a reason. So it could be you starting this journey and you're still a little bit nervous, you're not too confident or something like that. And Spirit is indicating here that you just got to do it. There's nothing to it but to do it. I love when they use little rhymes. That's so fun. Oh, okay. Which one? Okay, so as you can see, I have a yin yang shirt here, which is hilarious because you got the synchronicity card. So like I said, I am trying to keep myself out of this reading, but because I am Cancer, Moon, and Rising, I resonate very heavily with this reading, and I'm trying really hard not to, but they are also using my life as an example for things that they want to talk to you about. So with the Synchronicity card, you are going to be seeing lots and lots of numbers, lots of colors, lots of song synchronicities. You may be getting a lot of messages in your dreams here. I keep being brought back to this one. So you are getting a lot of messages from all over the place, and it seems like you may know that. I have a feeling most of you are very in touch with that and are already looking into that or already know a lot about that. Spirit is indicating to keep track of your synchronicities, write them down, keep a journal, keep a what is that called? Like if you need to keep a grimoire or something, and keep a whole space for synchronicities, do so. They're saying to keep like a journal or a notepad in your phone, and every time you see something synchronistic, keep track of that, because it's going to come into play later. You don't know why yet. I don't know why yet, but it's going to come into play, and they want you to keep track of that. So they are indicating here the number 3, because you do have the 6 and the 9 here. And they're saying look into 3s, 3, 3, 3s, 6s, and 9s. If you feel like you see those a whole lot, that may be a reason for that. So this says, thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. So like I said earlier, you're probably getting a whole lot of animal signs as well. So if you spend a lot of time in nature, or if you just notice things out of the ordinary when you are outside, that is Spirit telling you that they are with you and that they want you to pay attention to what it is they are indicating to you. So this card has come up quite a few times already, and I'm guessing that's because I'm supposed to talk to you about it. So this is the Divine Physician. This is Archangel Raphael. So it says, thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. Again, they are indicating here learn the language of the universe to attract that health to you. So in this time of the pandemic, there are a lot of people worried about their health, right? Do not worry about your health. Do not worry about people in the medical field, because you are assigning worry to them that they do not have. So please use the language of the universe here and say thank you for my continued health. Thank you for my family's health. Thank you for, you know, things like that. Thank your deities, thank the universe, thank your angels, whoever it is you feel called to thank. And right underneath that one you have connect with music. So like I said, you are getting a lot of signs from your higher self through music. Okay, so pay attention to the lyrics in music. If you ever have songs stuck in your head, they do that to me often, especially in readings. I will get songs in my head. So your higher self and your angels definitely communicate with you through song lyrics. Okay, so pay attention to that, especially if you have a song that you haven't heard in a long time, or a song you don't like, or something that just pops in your head out of nowhere. They are saying pay attention to the circumstance in which you are when that song pops into your head. So not only take note of the song, the lyrics, how that song makes you feel, also pay attention to your surroundings and what you are doing at the time, because those will be indicators that what you are doing is on the right track and you are supposed to follow that and go into that. Okay, so it says thank you angels for inspiring me through music. Do not forget to always thank your angels for working with you, because that's how you are going to get them to continue to work with you, is through showing your gratitude and love to them. And the last one you have here is count your blessings. Thank you universe and angels for the blessings in my life. So I do this every single night, where I take the time to thank my deity, the universe, Mother Gaia, and the angels for all of the blessings in my life and my family's life, and I just tell them all the things that I'm grateful for that happened in that day. If you were raised in religious homes, you may have been taught to pray to ask for things, or pray to talk about your worries or things like that. And Spirit is indicating here that you have to start rewriting that language and pray for the things that you're grateful for and things that you have, using the law of attraction language to help manifest that for you. So if you have been drawn to the law of attraction language lately, there's a reason for that. And they're saying they just want to keep going with you. They're saying that a gratitude journal is going to be very beneficial for you if you can take the time out of your day at the end of the day to write down 5 things you are grateful for that happened. That's going to help you learn to reprogram your language. So if you are constantly complaining about things, just learn to rewrite that language. So I do this often, where I'll be like, oh, I hate that this fridge is so small, but I'm thankful that we have a fridge full of food, things like that. So the last one I'm going to say here, I'm going to call it after this one, is the Miracle of Forgiveness, Archangel Jeremiel. So thank you, Jeremiel, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. I have a feeling that you are going through some shadow work things here, my friends. It could have been at the end of last year, you were drawn very heavily to shadow work. You've started working through a lot of things, a lot of forgiveness and a lot of self-love practices. And Spirit is indicating here that forgiving yourself is the biggest, hardest task there, and you need to focus on that, because you may be carrying some resentments from your past about things that you did or things that you allowed to happen that you are still very upset at yourself for. And Spirit is indicating once you can relinquish that control and let that go and forgive yourself, forgive your past self, understand that you have changed and you have the ability to change and be better, that you will start to create the life that you want and start to manifest the miracles that you are trying to manifest. Okay, so be sure to always thank your angels, my friends. And they are saying here with this card, the fire, if you look there, he's holding a little goblet of fire, and his third eye is illuminated there. So they are also indicating to me very heavily still, learn fire magic, learn fire scrying, learn to use fire for release. I do that where I do release burnings like around the full moon and things like that. Look into shamanic fire ceremonies, things like that. I really think that you're going to find a lot of substance in that fire magic and candle magic and things like that. I think that's going to help you out a whole lot, my friends. So that is all that I've got for you here, my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you made it to the end, please give me a big old thumbs up. If you didn't like this reading, that's cool. Thumbs down. You don't have to like my video. Say whatever you want in the comments, because y'all do anyway, but I really hope you tell me how this resonated for you. Don't forget to check out my links in the description box, because you know there's a million of them. And I really hope that wherever you are when this video reaches you, my friends, you have a beautiful, wonderful day, and may your angels be with you. Namaste.